Daniel, I like to think that we have saved the very best till last, and it's definitely going to be worth the wait. So thanks, everybody. Great. I'm Claire Hart. I'm a content writer for the Direct Commerce magazine. I've been in direct marketing for too many decades, so I'm very excited to, however, meet you. I am a fan and a customer of your products. So here we have entrepreneur Daniel O'Neill. Obviously, you have founded ProCook, a multi-channel cookware business from your lovely Cotswold home in Gloucestershire, not too far from myself in Somerset, 26 years ago. Can't believe it. Is it still 48 stores as of last year, or have you opened any more?
53.
53. Wow.
As of last week.
Oh, fantastic. Excellent. So, ProCook really, you've not only weathered the storm, you've positively thrived, I think, with profits set to top 10 million, apparently, with a turnover of more than 50 million in the last quarter, a rise in sales of some 40%, I believe. Reading the press, cited to be potentially on the market for 100 million and looking to expand into Europe. I'm sure you'll probably cover some of this in our chat. But can I just start? And a direct commerce award winner. I mean, what an accolade this year. Multiple. Fantastic. But can I just start with asking, and this really intrigued me, how does somebody who started off as a software developer suddenly decide to launch a retail company, and why cookware?
As a family, food was quite a big thing, especially we got a little bit older. Not so much when we were young, but when we were in our 20s, food was me and myself, my brother left home quite early, so food was around Sunday lunch, back as it were, and so that became a bit competitive. Sunday lunch cooking and evening meal cooking. So food was a big thing for us, and we really and I sort of wrote software for about 7 or 8 years, but my love definitely when Peggy when we sort of decided to do something with Peggy, my mum, it was food. It did seem to pivot around food being an obvious choice.
Right. Okay, that does make sense. Do you still cook now then, or do you probably don't have time?
No. And I enjoyed. I came along to our cookery school yesterday and learned how to do tapas and making paella and lots of lovely dishes. So I love to cook.
Yeah, fantastic. So did your background in software development have an impact on how, where you set up? Where was your first shop? And how did
it did? Well, we started off mail order. So our very first retail was actually in BBC Good Food magazine, and we published a single page in BBC Good Food. It really with the and was very successful, and that really was it was a 12-piece stainless steel cookware set. We sold it for $199 with 4 easy months, and it was I think it generated about 70 from the one ad, so it was
wow.
It wasn't immediate.
So obviously you then moved into to shops. What is the retail? What is the actual sort of proposition?
We don't really mind. We definitely are omni-channel. We don't mind where somebody buys from us. For us, what's important is they buy direct from us. So we can. We like to know our customers. So even in store, we collect almost 70% of emails for people who purchase in our stores, and obviously 100% from those from the line. So knowing your customer, I think, has been a key, and that with this start a mail order background, that was always in our sort of in our DNA. So yeah, I think we started off sort of digital first, except obviously there was no web. So we started off mail order, and then by 19 we opened our first store up in Mansfield, and that was very successful. So yeah, very successful.
Yeah, it's interesting and good to hear that you obviously spend the time to profile and know your customers. And Nicola Fox in one of the presentations today was saying how important it is to understand your customer. And we've just heard about the whole idea of telling a story and everything. Is there like an entry level product that people come in on, and then how do you manage that customer journey to sort of cross sell and upsell them into other products to give a better lifetime value?
It's not. I think from a price point of view, we have very different average transaction value. So we're over £70 on the website, and just over £30 in store. So people find us, and when we open a new store, that 80 again. A lot of what we sell is quite considered. If you buy a cookware set for over £100 or to £600, it's quite a considered purchase. So we find the longer we know someone, the longer a shop is open, the ATV will lift accordingly. And online, the sweet spot, I suppose, ours is no different to everyone else's. Sort of under £100, very in terms of response rate. And we do mix that up. We will sell a knife, that was under £20, which tends to get really high engagement for that second purchase. So we would mix the that we would try and promote to people. I don't think there's a one.
No, I can see that. Well, I was going to say you're only going to really buy one decent set of pans in a lifetime, but then you've got a wide enough product range to then keep selling them other complementary products, as it were. Yeah.
And also, if you come in a smaller cookware set, as you probably have seen, we sell lovely, woks or saute pans or shallow casseroles. So it's very easy for people to add to their set and keep the same range. So even though, as you say, they in fact, I met Mr. customer James in Tottenham Court Road and offered to upgrade his cookware for him, and he said there's just no point, it's still going strong. And so I gifted
that's
him,
amazing.
I gifted him knives instead, which but yeah, no, it was lovely. It was lovely to talk to him after 26 years.
Yeah, wow, that is getting to know your customers really well. Now, obviously, your beginnings were mail order, and we in an early session we've just heard Nigel saying the importance of attribution and how if you've even got a retail store, it does still lend itself to benefiting from a mail order catalogue. You shouldn't discount it altogether. What sort of mailings and email marketing do you do to drive people into store or online?
We split them. We did. We took the decision to. We have segmented for a while. We just kept with one segment for quite a long while with a lot of people. But we've starting to look at now more carefully. It worked really well for us having the one sort of large segment, but we just felt maybe we could move it forward. So we now have retail. We have a web segment and aged by when we recruited them. That definitely has helped no end. So the retail email now is definitely targeting those retail customers, and those less. Most people would only visit one of our stores, at most probably 2 or 3 is an average. So mailing them lots and lots didn't really make sense. And the content of that mail softer, in terms of a weekly, what's going on. It's a bit more personal. The catalogue I completely get. We offer everybody who comes and buys us a catalogue. I still think with more time at home, there's a place for catalogues. So I do think that's. I still think that's very valid today.
Yeah, no, I believe so. And how with Brexit and the pandemic and lockdown? I mean, actually, I guess you guys almost benefited from that because people started doing a lot more cooking. And I was going to ask you, how have programs like Bake Off and MasterChef impacted on sales, and how's your product range changed as a result?
Extended. To go back to your first point, we were. I mean, like you create look, don't you? And when the shops closed, a lot of play kitchenware providers, as people ran to replace things in their kitchen, they ran out of stock and couldn't get any more very quickly. We were very unfortunate. Up to that point, about 60-65% of our sales came from retail. So when the stores closed and everyone tried to buy online, had a significant amount of stock to divert from retail to our e-commerce.
That was great.
Yes, it did, because obviously, as we all know how Google works, we kept converting those sales, and our ranking with Google kept growing. We reordered. We took the decision that we felt when shops reopened, it wouldn't all migrate back, and we would continue with a strong web. So we over-ordered, assuming that we would hit that growth number, which was at the time, we could have been, quite heavily overstocked, but it worked out, and we, as the stores reopened, they bounced, and the rankings we achieved with Google stayed, and where looks like it's going to be slightly up on last year. So it's
That's brilliant. One of the things we heard from Christopher Napier about two things really. One was sort of sourcing more in Europe, well, particularly in the UK, because of obviously you've got around the whole supply chain issue rather nicely. But are you looking to source more products from the UK? And the other aspect of that is the whole sustainability side of things. Are you looking to be more sustainable?
We always look. I mean, we Life's a Beach to try and eradicate single-use plastics. We took them out of all of our packaging. We are we're very passionate about doing our bit and trying to the smallest print we can in what we do. We're working now at looking at the team. Really, we're looking to offset the carbon and the damage caused. I mean, we can't resource a lot of our things. The volumes that we buy, it simply isn't possible to do it in the UK. We have tried, and we were successful with a couple of things. We're buying the we can't get made in the UK, even if we could get it at the price. So we are, it's difficult to source. We'd love to. As you say, we've opened, we're working with a partner in Europe. So at the moment, we're shipping that stock from the UK. So again, it's got double the miles. It's being handled. We look forward to the time where we can just ship that straight into Europe rather than in through the UK.
And for the benefit of other DCA members, obviously you have a remarkably successful empire that you've built. Are there any tips? I mean, with the benefit of hindsight, things that you would have done differently, or perhaps on a positive side, things that have worked particularly well that you could suggest that everybody gives a try?
When we started, there was one of our competitors, Steamer Trading, we acquired at the start of 2019. He successful model selling other people's brands as well as we were trying to build our own brand. Unfortunately, as the internet grew, the ability to shop around for purchased online or in store or not unique to yourself, unfortunately, was the demise of Steamer Trading. We tried to stretch it, trying to do a sort of combined mix of Steamer Trading, the best of kitchenware brands. People have become very they literally will walk into a shop and scan the code of a product and find out what price they can buy it for. So people have become very savvy shoppers. So it's harder to start, but my definitely what's got ProCook to where it is today is being a brand that is direct to the consumer, and it can't be purchased. We control everything. We don't. So having that level of control, not just from a price point of view, but bring out a new product. We know that the front gondola in every shop, we know it will be on the homepage. We'll know it will be on that department page. So our ability to launch products is so much greater than if you are a manufacturer relying on retailers to sort of promote products in the way you want. I think being your own brand, being in control would be my
definitely beneficial. Do you use influencers in social media much? Do they play much of a role?
Yeah, we do use a little bit, and it's an interesting field, and yes, you can spend a small amount of money and get a lot, or you can spend a lot of money and get very little. So it is tricky. It's quite a tightrope, I would say, at the moment, trying to get the right influence of brand. We're not doing it a lot, but yes, I think it's
worth exploring, perhaps, if you can find the right person.
I definitely think we're very good if you're looking for cookware. We're very good at posting you in Google to find what you're after. But even that, the world, I mean, Facebook is taking more and more of the share in terms of digital advertising. And some competitors who are very good at what they do, sort of interrupting your social time on your phone or your tablet, and offering you a product. And that, I think, is somewhere we've got to get to. I think that's going to be a new area where you're trying, rather than reacting to them, you're trying to create an impact.
And how do you keep your customers engaged on your website at the moment? What tips would you suggest?
Oh, make it simple. Make it easy to shop. I don't think we try and. I mean, I think don't be. People expect to see, the hamburger in the top left corner. I think trying to move away from specs and to create a down for a reason, aren't they?
Yeah. I've got to ask, what's your own personal favorite product then? Have you got, or a surprise product that sells really well and you think, I have no idea why that's so popular, but it is?
We introduced the range of Damascus Japanese steel knives at the start of this year, and they have sold really, really well. They're a cool product, and I mean, we designed everything to do with the sort of. I mean, we designed everything to do with it, but I mean, we took that to the nth degree. We really did take it to the nth, and it's a beautiful product. The block that they sit in is beautiful. So yes, I think I'm very lucky that I have that. I'm able to design wonderful products and bring them to market. So yeah.
And I guess finally, to sort of wrap it up, what does the future hold? What are the plans for the future?
Well, we obviously we're looking potentially at that should hopefully will, with all things going well, by the middle of November, that should come in. So that's exciting. I think opening a few more stores. We're looking to. I think the whole where omni-channel works really well. We definitely see in online customers where we have retail stores. So I think having a geographical spread for us is important. We're definitely looking at range extension, moving into small kitchen electricals. We're looking at so we're looking to extend tableware. Tableware is a relatively new category for us, but it's trading very, very well. And then expanding, we'll launch ProCook.de. Will be our first non-UK website, first-party website, and that's the back end of this year, early next year. So that's exciting. So taking our story to the Netherlands and Germany and France is definitely, but growing more in the UK. I mean, 1.6% share of the UK market in kitchenware. So we see.
Wow.
So we see.
Dare I ask, who do you see as your biggest competitor?
I mean, obviously everybody. Who is our biggest competitor? I mean, Amazon's probably everybody's.
Yeah.
John Lewis, clearly from online points of view, are incredibly strong. So that's Lakeland.
Yeah.
A little bit. We have a little bit of crossover with Lakeland, although they seem to be going more than we are. We're probably much more kitchen. So yeah, I think those new kids on the block are the ones I think to watch out for. These guys who are doing really well on Instagram and Facebook, they're the guys that we probably need to keep looking over our shoulder, check they're in there.
Yeah, I was going to ask if there are any questions from the audience, but nothing, I don't believe, has popped up. Let me just have a look. Any questions for our speakers? But apart from that, nobody's really said anything. So I guess just to sort of add value as a final point, are there any nuggets of wisdom that you would like to impart, and also the value that you get as a member of the GCA? I suppose that's two questions in one, really, but it's a big topic, isn't it? I've just opened it up to a much wider discussion, but
I would say do something. You work. I think to be successful, hard. So pick something you enjoy. Pick you really enjoy, because otherwise, it becomes. You definitely got to enjoy it.
Well, you clearly did, didn't you? You had that passion with your mum and your brother. So, and I think that shows in everything that you do and why you've been so successful.